All right, so this is Greg, and you've been watching the videos. I'm sure you think they're entertaining and all, but let's get real for a second. Everybody wants to know, Greg, what's in the box? What's the gear actually look like? What's it going to take to install? Typically, operators, they want to see it up close. So these are all fair questions, fair statements. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what shows up when you open the box and what each piece of equipment does in the field. Because here's the deal. With just 3 or 4 simple devices, we can cover 95% of what most independent operators' needs are. That's the Pareto principle in action, the 80-20 oil field style. And many times you'll find the Pareto principle, it's not only 80-20, but 90-10, 95-5, 99-1. So anyway, we're going to go through tank level, line pressure, water, oil flow, turbine meters, and a shake count so you can see when your compressors and engines are on and off. So no fluff, no sales pitch, just real world look at the gear and what it can do for your operation. Let's dive in. All right, first up, this is your tank sensor. It's a radar unit, and that means it's going to mount on top of the tank outside the liquid. So the beauty of this is there's no gunk, no corrosion, no freezing up like you get with typical submersible gauges. These hang down in the tank and they typically weigh your fluid, whether that's water or oil. And because they're down in the salt water, in the oil, it's corrosive, gunked up environment. And, we see these type of sensors gunking up, breaking. Sometimes when you have a freeze, they'll freeze in tank bottoms, weather patterns moving, high pressure systems. That'll mess with your gauges. This is cost-effective gear. This is what you're going to see from most other companies. But if you have your druthers, you want to stay with this. And I want to give you this because it resides outside the fluid and that doesn't get gunked up. You don't need to replace it or clean it or anything like that. And the beauty of it is that it has pinpoint accuracy. It's reliable within 1/100th of an inch. So it installs, it's a 1.5-inch radar, and we send out with a 2-inch NPT port, or mini reducer here. But if you've got 3 or 4-inch tank ports, what you typically do, you've got your hatch, which your pumper's dropping his line in each day to find the gauge of his tank. Typically off to the side or in the middle, you got a 3 or 4-inch port. What you'll need to do is source a reducer, a PVC reducer, and essentially screw in your TinyPumper radar. Open up that bull plug off the port and simply screw this in. You're done. That's it. Sometimes operators have an open top tank, like a water tank, or maybe they don't have a port because maybe it's a bolted steel tank. There are no ports. And all they have is the hatch. You still have options on an open top tank. We can bracket mount this, like have a little arm as long as it's 12 inches away from the wall of the tank. That works really well. Some operators throw a 2x4 up over the top of the tank and just hang this out over the top of the tank. It works great. So down and dirty, utility sky high. It's beautiful. If you don't have a port or can't hang this out over the course, you can always use your hydrostatic backup. That's not a problem. This is powered by AA batteries. They're going to last 2 or 3 years before you need to change them. It's about as simple as changing out the batteries in your remote control television. So no proprietary $400 batteries. You go to Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, get your AA batteries, slap them in, place them out. It's going to take you about 30 seconds to change and you're ready to rock and roll. This is all Bluetooth enabled, so everything takes about 20 seconds. Class 1 Div 1 certified, so it's legal within the confines of the berm. IP67 waterproof. So again, rain or shine, it's going to keep cranking. It's going to work down to negative 30 below and up to 185 degrees Fahrenheit. So in the past, we used to see these radar systems run 2, 3, 4K a pop, and we're putting this in the field for 3 figures. Pretty revolutionary, pretty damn cool. So works on crude, water, salt water, even nasty chemicals, things like that, frac fluids, you name it. So bottom line, this isn't just reliable. It's a whole new tier of tank monitoring. Simple install, precise readings, no surprises at 3 a.m. in the morning. Just how we love it. Okay. Next up, like my Mary Poppins bag here, pressure sensor. Goes on the wellhead, flow line. It's a cross between tubing and a casing, a piece of equipment you didn't know about. Casing, tubing, injection well, two-phase separator, whatever you got. Wherever pressure matters, this is where you drop it. We're not talking about ballpark guesses. These are accurate when to 0.5% of full scale. So you need to track low pressures on vacuum lines. We've got sensors that go down to negative 30 PSI as well. You need to monitor surface lines pushing 10,000 PSI on an injection well. Got you covered there too. So standard ranges, typically a few hundred pounds, 2,500, 5,000, 7,500, up to 7,500 PSI, quarter-inch NPT nipple or port. When we go up to the 10,000 PSI, which is the really big boy, it goes up to half-inch NPT. But really simple. Just tell us what you need. We'll match the range and the port size and get you locked and loaded. If you're trying to dial in differential pressure across an orifice plate or choke, we can set that up too. These sensors are tough, field rated, Bluetooth enabled, again, IP67, legal within the confines of BERM, no trenching, no techs, just thread it in, tee it right off there so you can use your old sight glass as a sanity check. We're going to pair it with TinyPumper and boom, you're live. So, the minute something spikes or dips, you're going to know about it even before your pumper does. So, okay. Next up, let's kind of place this out here so you look at them in all their wonders. So check this out. This is your turbine meter kit, pre-assembled and ready to roll. So transfer meter, ejection well, disposal well, fluid coming off, three-phase separator, whatever you got. It's going to track total barrels and your daily flow rate. It's not estimated. It's not what it should be. It's the real deal. Turbine meters, although not perfect, do come down to about 1% accuracy. So you get a 99% accuracy level every time a barrel moves. We are going to size the meter for you. What do you need? 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch. We can do up to 6 or 8 inches if you need it. We will also assemble it with the sensor here, calibrate it. Everything comes out to you fully, ready to go just like this. Now we do source turbines heat meters for you. If you have your own turbines heat meters, we can actually just give you the sensor kit on the top and you can screw it into your own turbines heat sensor meters. So to install it, basically all you're going to want to do is run this in line with your meter. To get you your right size, to size you appropriately, we generally need your line size, your daily flow rate, and your max pressure. You give me those 3 things and we can handle all the matching behind the scenes for you. See here, Bluetooth fully enabled, fully integrated with Greasebook. No more squinting at a local display or walking up to read totals. It all shows up where in your app. So again, you don't have to be on site to check it. You can just check your phone from wherever you're at. If you don't want to go to the next, maybe get hung up on a fire or something like that on an earlier well in your route. Well, TinyPumper, you can just check all your wells you have yet to. And if there are no issues, maybe push them off to tomorrow, get your fire under control, and tomorrow's a new day. So all our meters come nickel plated for chemical and saltwater resistance. It costs us 10% more, but they save you 90% downtime and headaches. We think it's a good investment. Also, for the tech savvy folks out there, you guys know a lot more about this than me, but every meter has a K factor. We tag ours on the unit. This gives you your barrel count. And so we just enter that into the app for you and you're live. What if you don't have a TinyPumper meter, a turbines heat meter, which we source for you? No problem. We can retrofit most third-party meters. I see a lot of new flows, Halliburton, Badger. Basically, they need it's called a pulse out. They have a pulse out. We can generally rig you up. So anyway, you'll catch leaks, you'll catch underreporting, you'll catch problems on the site early, and you get all this information the second it happens. Pretty cool. All right, moving on. This is a gateway. So basically, I guess the best way to put this is it's a modem for your well site. The cool thing about this, there's no trenching, no wiring, no tapping into fuel lines. The installation process, we always say TinyPumper can be installed in less time than it takes to tighten your shoe. Yes, tongue in cheek. The beauty of this, you just stick it on there and walk away. That's your installation process. Pretty cool, huh? We do offer eyelets here for zip ties. You want to zip tie down to a catwalk rail or something like that, a compressor. We also source heavy duty iridium magnets on the back. You can slap it on stuff too. So most people ask, how does all this data get back to us and wind up on our phones? So again, this is where the gateway comes in. It's solar powered, LTE or satellite connected. So cellular or satellite, we have both. certified for the oil patch, all class 1 div 1. You could connect generally, I've seen as high as 16 sensors per unit, and it's going to report to the cloud once per hour by default. So why not faster? Simple. Hourly, we find typically gives you plenty of visibility, it saves battery, keeps cell data costs low. The beauty of this is you don't need electricity on site. Pretty cool. So most people are used to getting a pumper out there, one measurement a day. Maybe on a high flow site, they hit pumper go out there twice a day. Well, this is going to give you hourly measurements, 24 updates a day, which is great. So anyway, no electricity, not call an electrician. You just go out there and you're done. Anybody can do that. Also, everything can be set up. Obviously, you're only getting hourly updates, but if something major happens, these sensors are always on and always checking. So if a tank level all of a sudden drops, it's unexpected, or equipment shuts down, we don't have to wait for the top of the hour to get the immediate alert. It will actually send immediately. So although we're only capturing and saving hourly data, we actually have real-time alerts, which we set. So anyway, we run on a multi-cell carrier chip. So like if you have Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, it's going to cycle through all of them and find your best connection, and it'll sync up there. No cell coverage at all, which is somewhat common in the oil patch. We'll send you a satellite module too. So it's the brain of the system. It's built like a brick. It's waterproof, oil field certified, ready for anything. It also doubles as a shake counter. So think of it like a motion sensor for your compressor, an engine, pump jack, whatever it is. So basically, this just tallies up the strokes with vibration totals, and we know if something's running, and we know when it's not running. So simple binary, on, off, real cool. The minute compressor goes down is the minute this wakes up, sends information via cellular network or satellite network, and boom, you and your pumper get a text message or a real-time alert or an email saying, hey guys, compressor's down. Let's get back out there and get this back online ASAP. It's great for any sort of rental equipment or location where you can't or don't want to do invasive installs. It's the easiest way we know to monitor whether engines are actually running or pumping. It just works. It's beautiful. So that is the TinyPumper in a nutshell, the sort of suite of products here, the full lineup. So again, radar for tanks, pressure for wells and injectors and disposals and separators and anything else you want to throw a pressure sensor at, turbine for your flow, be oil or water. We even have gas turbines, if that's the direction you want to go, shake counter for runtime, and all these connecting via Bluetooth to your gateway or modem to tie it all together. So with just these 3 or 4 pieces, you've got visibility across 95% of what matters. Trenching, no wiring, no IT guy, no IO guy. You'll be live in minutes and covered from the office, not the windshield. Pretty cool, huh? So, hey, if you're ready to see how this looks on your leases, go over to tinypumper.com, take the quiz. If we're a good fit, you'll be presented with set up times, which we can book, a 10 or 15 minute call, and we'll be happy to walk you through it, show you exactly how it works. As always, you're going to get a 60-day risk-free trial. Love it or show it guarantee. Install it, run it, see the difference. If it doesn't work for you, let us know. We'll refund 100% of your money. You send it back. We'll pay for return shipping. Best case, you get peace of mind, tighter ops, and a setup that pays for itself before the month's end. So thank you very much for your time and attention. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye now.